Yes, boss. See the topic, man. Doing favors for people or allowing people to do favors for you doesn't mean that you're their slave. Never heard that before. I'm glad I could run it, man. So here's the deal. You ever notice in life that when somebody comes through for you or your back is against the wall, there are some people where they like to dangle over your head. You know, I did this for you. I remember that time where you were sleeping in your car. I let you stay at my place. There are some people in this world, they like to do things for other people and dangle it over their head as a way of, I was there for you when you were down. Now you owe me. Here's the deal. Just because somebody does something for you doesn't mean that you're their slave. Doesn't mean that you owe them the world. Understand that in life, it's just like the famous saying, nobody owes you anything. You feel me? That goes for anybody. Yo, you went to the next level. I made it in life. I got money now. That doesn't mean that you owe people from 5 years ago in your life awards of cash or entitlement to your new life or access to you. That's not what that means. You feel me? Just like example, you could be in a bind. Same thing as your back being against the wall. Yo, you got right now, or you're not in that situation, or you were able to pay rent, you were able to pay bills, you were able to meet your deadline, or whatever the case may be, right? Somebody may make it seem like, yo, I was there for you, now you owe me. Here's the deal. That favor for favor stuff shit, I'm going to tell you right now, bro. That's why I said transactional relationships, they're not good and there's nothing genuine about them. You feel me? If you know for a fact somebody did something from you from the heart, that's not a reason to say, you know what, let me do a favor for them, and or let me reverse the role, and you know what, this time around they owe me a little bit more. Like, no, bro. Here's the deal. If you did something for somebody, it doesn't matter what it is. You helped them out in their time of need. Whatever. That doesn't mean that that person's a slave to you or you're their slave or whatever the case may be. If you do something for somebody, do it out of the kindness of your heart. Don't do it in an aspect to feel like, yo, let me see if I can wrap this person up now. You're indebted to me. That's not how this stuff goes, bro. People who do things like that, you can tell that they're used to trying to manipulate people and cross boundaries to see if they can get people in debt with them, or you do a favor for me, or you're indebted to me, or I did this for you, or when nobody was there, I was there for you. Here's the thing. Anybody trying to hold something over your head, get away from them people. And I'm going to tell you why. If I have to hold or dangle something over your head, that means I'm trying to keep you in check and remind you at all times. Look, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be in this predicament. Or if it wasn't for this, that, and the third, how would you be where you're at right now? Remember this in life, dog. Nobody wants to have somebody dangling something over their head. That's like saying you're indebted to them. Yo, you have to do certain things, or you have to abide by what I have to say. Remember, if it wasn't for me helping you out in your time of need, guess what? Where would you be right now? Like, bro, here's the deal. Anybody trying to attach something to you or hold something over your head, that's never genuine. It's never good, bro. And understand this in life. Everybody has their own path to follow. Everybody has their own things that they have to deal with. You feel me? So the mere fact you have somebody trying to hold something over your head, or remember when you was broke and you didn't have anything, or you came home from such and such and you didn't have no money in your pocket and I was here for you. Remember this. Anybody who does stuff like this, chances are, let's say if the relationship was supposed to end or things were supposed to go south, those are some of the first people to talk shit about you. If a person has to remind you in your face about the things that they've done for you, what do you think they'll do when they're you get what I'm saying, when you're not there? People are gonna run the same card. Oh, I used to do this for this person. I used to do this, that, and the third for that person. I'm gonna teach you something about me out of my book, right? It's a reason as to why a lot of people cannot lock in with me. You feel me? I don't allow people to do things for me. And I'm gonna teach you this, right? In life, me learning this, I learned this first-handedly from my mom, dog. Mind you, I told you this if you watch me. A lot of the screwed up, messed up things I went through in life, I learned it from my mother, dog. Like as in my mom trying me, my mom playing on me, my mom swindling me. And it's like if I never picked up or understood certain things, that's how my life would have continued in a sad ass direction. My mom raised me to be a dumbass. You should know that. So what my mom used to do is my mom used to run a little game on me. Not saying like dangle things over my head, but it's like my mom used to do this narcissistic thing where it's like you're relying on me. If you ever like try to go around from me, you're going to suffer the consequence. Like, I have all the answers for life. I have everything that you need. Like, my mom used to create this dependent role where if she showed me something or whatever, that's why you need to listen to me and only me. Like a narcissist. You feel me? Real manipulative like. So I noticed something. Just because you might have done something for me or you showed me a way, you used to move a certain kind of way like, yo, I'm obligated to you. I'm indebted to you. Bullshit, bro. As a parent, never do that bullshit with your kids, dog. Where you make them feel like you're indebted to me or whatever. No, bro. Understand that everything is a choice. You chose to be a parent. You chose to be there for your child. Just because it was a choice for you to do your job, which you rightfully should do, because you created that child, that doesn't mean, hey, I'm going to hold this cloud over your head. Just because of what I did for you last week, you owe me. Everything it is that I teach you, guess what? It's because I'm the source. Don't listen to anybody else. Listen to me. That's how people can get what? Manipulated. And I understand this as well. Sometimes when people do favors for you, they do it as a way to stay in power and control, bro. So that how you stay indebted to them. You feel me? Example, and this is another thing I'm going to teach you about people being indebted to you or you being in debt to people, right? Sometimes people will create fucked up scenarios for you and put you in it so you're indebted to them now. So example, it's like creating a problem so I could be the solution, if that makes sense to you. So I'm going to give you an example real quick and clean, right? You ever heard of in like the modern world of music where certain rappers, they travel to certain parts of the world and the person that they're going to see or the area that they're going to see, they tell them, yo, you need to check in. Checking in is a friendly extortion. Think about it. If I'm going to a whole nother area, right? I'm not saying I might not want to be aware of what the situation is in the city or what the news is or what to avoid, where to be at, where not to be at. There's nothing wrong with that. But there are some people who will tell you, oh, when you come in, you need to check in with me. Check in is a friendly extortion. I'll tell you, go suck your mom in a hot second, bro. I ain't checking in with a soul. You feel me? Because why? You're in our backyard. You're coming to venture where we live at. You need to come and check in with us. That's like trying to say like, yo, you need to make sure you report front and like, nah, bruh. You ain't my parent. You ain't none of that shit. Checking in is a way of extorting people. So it's like, you know what? You don't check in, that's going to be a problem. That's bullying, bro. Why in the fuck should I have to go somewhere else and check into you and your policy when I'm there to handle me and my business that doesn't have shit to do with you? It's just in your backyard. That's where this entitlement comes from. Why do you think I said, yo, some people create problems so they can be the solution? You know what? Because I helped you out in this problem, you're now what? You're indebted to me now. Yo, this person could have killed you. Guess what? I got him off your back. You're in debt to me now. Or yo, you couldn't pay your rent. You could have been homeless. How were you going to feed your kids? You're indebted to me now. Yo, you weren't able to pay such and such or whatever the case may be, or I saved you during this time, you're what? You're indebted to me now. That's bullshit, bro. If you're going to do something, I say this all the time, do it from the heart. Don't do it to gain leverage over somebody. That's fucking weird, my nigga. That's weird as shit, dog. Who the fuck does something for somebody to get leverage over them? So, hey, you're in debt to me now. That's weird as hell and that's lame. That's just like, yo, if you get put into a situation now, what does that mean? You're indebted to that person? No. Everything in life is a what? It's a choice. It's a choice if you want to bully somebody. It's a choice if you want to harass somebody. It's a choice if you want to help somebody. It's a choice if you want to hurt somebody. It's a choice. That doesn't mean that somebody's indebted to you. That's bullshit to me, dog. That's like some of the weirdest shit I ever heard in my life. So it's like when I used to see my mom do certain things, it's like, yo, the way how you're going about this thing with you doing certain things or you teaching me or you feeling like your word is law, I can't learn anything. I'm not going to expand. You ever seen The Water Boy, Bobby Boucher? What did he say? Mama said every fucking thing. Your mom is wrong, nigga. That's why you got to go out there in life and get experience. You cannot learn about the world. I'm not saying you can't learn about the world staying in one spot. But what I'm saying is if you want to get experience, get answers, you got to get out there and go get it. You can't expect, oh man, I read this book, so that means I know all about playing football. How about you getting out there and playing football? Reading it versus doing it is two different things. That's just like somebody playing gangster on the internet and the person who really does that gangster stuff in real life. That's two different things. You could get the result different ways, but it's better if you understand about it first-handedly before you try and go out there and act like you have experience with certain things, if that makes sense to you, dog. That's what I'm telling you. In life, if somebody does a favor for you, remember this rule, bro. If a person did something for you, yo, boss, yo, if you did something for me, you did it for me from the kindness of your heart. You don't got to hold it over my head as a reminder. Nobody likes to have that dinging feeling behind them. Hey, remember when I did this? Remember when I did? It's annoying, bruh. You might as well let somebody just friggin' suffer in the process before you gonna hold something over. I'd rather let somebody, bruh, if you know, that's why I don't let people do shit for me, bruh. Cause I learned this shit from my mom, dog. That's why it's kind of hard for females to be like, oh, I can't get in with D'Angelo. It's like he won't allow me to do anything. Because I seen first-handedly how when people do certain things for you, they try to hold it over your head like, I did that for you. What's the purpose of helping? You feel me? So understand this in life, bro. Sometimes, whenever people do certain things, it's because they want that power and leverage and control over you. Sometimes people just want you to be indebted to them because what? They're insecure as well. Some people, they don't have no other avenues. So you know what? Let me see if I could put this person in debt to me. Or you're of value. Let me see if I could put you in problems so I could rescue you. Create the problem so I could what? Be the solution. That way in your mind you feel like, damn, this person really saved me. Whole time, they're the one who created the fucking scenario for you to fall into, bruh. That's why when I started learning certain shit like this from my mom and you was creating my problems, it made me look at women in a different kind of way. And not every woman is like that. Don't listen to me and don't follow behind me. Not every woman is like that. But I had fucked up experiences with women from early that made me look at them like, I don't really know about that shit. I don't need to do that. That's why a lot of the things I do on my own. I don't really allow women to cook for me. My mom used to put shit in my food when I was young. That's why I learned how to cook. That's why I learned how to do things. I don't allow nobody to have no leverage over me. That's why things are a little bit difficult for me. You feel me? I don't allow no woman, nobody, bro. You cannot have leverage over me. If you're going to do something, do it out the kindness of your heart. Don't do it to have leverage over anybody. And that's another thing. If you know you're doing something to get leverage over somebody, that's weak as shit, bro. Why not work hard, bro? That if a person wants to lock in with you or whatever, then that's what it is. Don't do no underhanded shit just to make somebody, oh, now you're indebted to me. That's just like when people be out here playing with voodoo and magic and put love spells on people so they can fall in love with them. You know, if it wasn't for that, them people probably wouldn't even like you. You get what I'm saying? So understand this. In life, sometimes when people do certain things, they do it out of a manipulation and guilt tactic. I have leverage over you. You're indebted to me. Remember when I did this for you. Don't act like that, because if it wasn't for me, you would never listen, bro. This is where you got to cut people in their game. If that's how you're going to move with me, bro, you should have never did it in the first place. Or, yo, if you need your money back so fast, big boss, why the hell you lent it to me this? You get what I'm saying? That's why I have a mentality where I don't really allow people to do anything for me. And if you do something for me, I'm going to return the favor to you tenfold right back. Because I just don't like nobody having that leverage over me. I don't like nobody holding a cloud over my head. You feel me? So understand this in life, right? Whenever it comes to people doing something for you, or whatever the case may be, that doesn't mean that you're now their slave or they have a slave. Always remember that you're a person. You have a life too. Whatever you want to do, that doesn't mean that you're now indebted to somebody because they did a favor for you. If you can return the favor, return it immediately. But at the same time, do not be one of these people where you fall victim to somebody in their little twisted ass games where they try to wrap you up and now you're in debt to me, or you owe me for life, or you owe me this, or bruh, nobody likes to be reminded of the things that somebody done for them. Learn that in life, bro. Nobody likes to be reminded of, yo, when you were down, who was there for. Nobody like that shit. It's best off if you're gonna do talks like that, you just leave people alone and don't help them in the process. You feel me? Or if you know that that's how you feel, don't say nothing at all. Let people show their hands over time, bro. People really, if people real and they're solid like that, I'm not saying as humans we cannot forget. People will remember who was there with them in a bind, who was there with them when their back was against the wall, and who wasn't there for them. You feel me? With that being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I'm going to uplift you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser, man. 144 the world, man. Just remember this. In life, do things in a genuine, upstanding way. Don't do things to have leverage over the next person or remember that time when you never had this. That's BS, bro. Nobody likes to be reminded of the things that somebody did for them. But at the same time, it is a damn good feeling to know that, yo, you could be there to help out a person. And if that person returns a favor back to you, then all is well. You feel me? 144 the world, man. Peace.